Hello everyone, here is Dungeon Frog, and we are playing Last Epoch, the beta patch 0.9, and we are showcasing today one of the most interesting changes in this patch, and that's the changes to Serpent Strike. A single target focused spell around a poison debuff, and it got something new. It's one of the main new things in this patch. And that it now does some cold damage. At least you can spec into it. And what it does is it pretty much switches your chance to bleed on your Serpent Strike to a chance to freeze. And the question is it worth it? And yeah, you see here my character, which is at the moment just running one map. Just to showcase how the build looks in practice. And yeah, so overall the build is pretty fun. It's kinda interesting to level, like you need to have like 20 skill points to unlock Serpent Strike. But we have some crowd control. We can jump around like usually. We attack with Serpent Strike, which is more like a single target boss spell, and I hope if we find ever this boss, that we will do some good damage to him. We got some CC thanks to War Cry, which also increases our damage. We have our Wolf Companion, which is actually the first skill we skill. He does some extra damage and he can buff us if he's alive. He sometimes dies, but being a Beastmaster, it's helping here and there to actually make him a bit more tankier. Yeah, we are running actually at the moment one of the first maps. We are level 55 now, so we just started the build. And yeah, so let's go continue to the skills. The last skill I did choose was a heal skill. I was not sure what to pick, to be honest. But I think I'm pretty happy with the heal skill now. There was a decision for me if I would like to pick Thorn Shield. And yeah, you see, bosses go down pretty good on this build. So let's check out what we actually have in detail. So the first thing, of course, let's look at Serpent Strike. So here we have the new node, Frostworm's Fury, which transforms our attack to cold. And it also converts all our damage to cold damage. So it's pretty smart to scale some cold damage, because we do like a lot of damage with cold damage. It also enables us to leech of elemental damage, which is really practically because we get like those gloves early in the mapping, and yeah, I'm still wearing them. They give us decent resist. We probably will at some point change them out, but they're pretty solid to level with if you get the Serpent Strike skill with this. And we actually get some freeze rate and the increased duration from our frostbites. So next I probably would like to increase the bleed chance on this spec. To just get more frostbite stacks. We attack really fast thanks to Hydra Strike, the speed buff from our Hall, and our talent tree. So we can apply this stacks pretty fast, and that's pretty much the main benefit of this build, because we are applying still a lot of poison stacks, but we also apply now frostbite stacks, and that is probably the saving grace. This node here, Shattered Immunity, which increases our damage with frostbite and poison against high health enemies, which is probably all bosses, by 6%. And that's probably why you should consider building into this build. Because like I think in overall damage, like against normal mobs, it might be smarter to just go the poison route. Like if we would max the poison stacks out, we probably would do more damage. Because like at the moment we do a lot more poison stacks than we do frost stacks, and it's easier to itemize to just like make one stat strong. Like put all our power in defense and all our power in poison damage. And now we have to like do like poison, bleed, frost, all is good. And yeah, that's probably like the saving grace. Serpent Venom also helps us that we don't get critical strike, which is really nice, so we don't have to care about this in our itemization process, and we get then this high dots on this build. We attack really fast, and yeah, we probably put 3 points here. And the last point, I'm not sure. There is also, and I'm not sure if it's worth it to build this build on like less attack speed. Go for the dodge route. Put points here for more freeze rate to unlock this one, which gives us tons of dodge rating, and there is like some dodge rating on the tree, so there might be a possibility to build a tree around dodging. I did choose not to do it. I think I like getting hit in the spec I have, like because we then activate the beer buff and are tankier that way and attack faster. So, but if you try the dodge build, I would be really interested how well it works. So overall, that's our plan for our main build. We have Leap Strike as our movement skill. We of course take the new note that we get more cooldown recovery speed, so we can jump more often. We get immunity while leaping. Our dog boy jumps with us. We get some extra damage after jumping. We get a buff, which makes us attack faster after jumping. We got some heal for us and our dog, and cleanse alignment on landing. And with the heal, we have another ability to increase our resistances if we cast it on something, and also give our minion stun immunity if we make it on him. We cleanse alignments here once more, and get some extra damage if we buff it. So I'm still not sure about this skill, if it's so good. Like, I did try Thorn Shield for the extra armor buff, and with the recast abilities, I thought we maybe have a high uptime, but I never did press it in practice, so I choose to drop it. Then there is like Frenzy Totem, which is interesting, but we get Frenzy through our jump, so we would probably switch it to Slow Potion or something like this. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but it might be worth a try, definitely. We have Warcry, which helps us with our Frostbite stacks and also increases our cold damage by a lot after we Warcry. So we can like make like Howl, Jump, Warcry, and then like strike really strong for the next attack. It also gives us some crit chance, and the crit possibility is also really interesting in this build. I think it's more like for the late game to build into crit, because like then we have some more free points and it's easier to itemize into it, but I think it's an interesting idea. We also go now some invulnerability after we Warcry and get another buff to get extra damage. I'm not sure where I want to put my next point, so we might put some here for the increased duration and attack speed. That might be one way, or we just increase the area to make it more consistent, or maybe if we go for the crit plan. So here I'm not sure what I plan. I could also go for heal, but I think it's not that important. The wolves there at the moment on the freeze tree, I'm not sure if that's good. It's really good for leveling, of course, because like Serpent Strike needs some time to get unlocked, but I'm not sure if it's like so important. But like we want to increase here Victory Hole and the Battle Cry, so that our doggy has a bit more uptime on his haste buff for us and his whole buff. But like we have 4 points, like we can put here 1, 2 points there, and we still then have 1 free point. So it actually might be worth. We could get here like stun immunity, but we get it through the cast. So there are some interesting possibilities for this buff. We could also increase its damage, of course. Yeah, so that's the skills. I'm really interested how this build will work out in the end. So let's check our skill tree. And yeah, we need some points to get to our mastery, which is interestingly wise Beastmaster, because like I was like thinking, oh, Shaman might be good because it has a lot of buffs for cold damage. but it's not that important like in the overall, like you get the most interesting stuff in the early phases of the tree. You don't really need the late phases, so that's why I chose to go Beastmaster. And yeah, we get some strength, because like strength is really good scaling with our Serpent Strike. Also interesting, we also can get some dexterity, which makes like the all attribute one buff on items really interesting, because like vitality is nice, because like we are getting tanky, strength of course, dexterity, and like for some of our ability attunement is also nice, so we get a lot out of getting +1 to all stats. Yeah, we got some leech, because well, if we switch off the glove, we need some way to leech. Also, it helps with our pet to stay alive. We get some extra heal and some extra minion damage. Some extra damage which double scales with physical and cold damage, I think. And it's also doubled while we have our wolf. We also get some healing for our pet when we are using our healing potions. I just wanted to put 1 point here in Shaman, like to see, like we would put points here, like you probably put here 5 points to get the cooldown recovery from jump, and put 8 points here. Oh, so you probably put like, I think 5 points here, 5 points here, and then you probably get this here, because this is probably scaling pretty much. Like those two pretty scale well with our build. And I think this one might be also interesting, but that is not like a priority now. This one's also really interesting. If we don't get a chance to get some stun avoidance through our gear, then this one is interesting. But we mainly go for a Beastmaster. We get some dodge rating because we need to travel through the tree. We get some aspect of the shark notes, some aspect of the boar rolls, some life. We are pretty tanky, but we also don't have much resistances at the moment, so we need the life pool to stay alive. And of course, this one is really nice. We get less damage from close by enemies and are getting stronger. Then we get even more stronger and have a higher chance to activate our aspect of the board. So it's pretty much have 100% uptime because we're attacking so fast. Then we get some more defense. I'm usually a hardcore player. For some reason I had the softcore character lying around, and he was Beastmaster on level like 30 and was like, yeah, okay, don't start a new character, let's just go on. So I can level it a bit quicker. But it was actually planned to be a Frost Wolf build. And yeah, we get Viper Fangs for like really fast attack speed, to like attack like really fast to make those debuffs stack. And at the moment I'm skilling even more strength. It also helps with our damage and our damage for our pet. So this is what I'm skilling right now. We'll probably max it here, and then might max this one out and then go to the shaman tree. I think that's the plan. There is an option to get like here the aspect of the shark, but I'm not sure if this node actually activates the aspect of the shark effect or just the health effect. If it would be the aspect of the shark, it would be interesting, and then we could go like here maybe, because like we're attacking really fast. There might be an option to get here, but I don't think it's worth it, because like we attack so fast that we usually have those two. We should have up all the buffs. Here I took the node to make our wolf tankier. He does not that much DPS, so there could be a reason why you pick at some point this one, because like it really buffs his damage, but I'm not sure if this is like enough worth it. By the way, we also got here a good defensive node, which helps us with our physical resistance, helps us migrating some gearing differences. And yeah, we could go for the crit route if we go there at the end game. There's some room to skill those nodes. So there are a lot of possibilities how to build this build, and I'm really interested what your takes are on it. I'm just leveling it. As you can see, it's just reached level 55th. We are just starting to map. Lagoon was not a big problem. We have decent resistances, especially if we cast our shield on ourselves. And yeah, we got some okay chances, of course. Like, our gear is pretty basic at the moment. We're trying to increase elemental damage, get some resistances to our gear. Cooldown reduction might be interesting, because like we have like 4 skills who are on cooldown. Might be an interesting thing to get. As you can see, there is nothing really special at the moment. Get some extra damage, some movement, some resistances. This armor is of course really nice. I found it as this character is Characterfound, and it really buffs your damage by quite a lot. And yeah, I like it a lot. At some point we probably will still change it out, but it's really nice for the DPS component of it. So yeah, as you can see, we have frailty on hit, which helps us a bit. And of course, I think it's new to have those ice spears. The moment I could find the ice spear, it was like in the Frost Act. Like, the 62 melee cold damage was such a big spike in our DPS. And of course, attack speed cold damage is like what you really want to see. Frailty, yeah, we have it now on 2 items, so it's enough if we have it on 1. So we could change it out, but it had it on it. It had like the attack speed, and I was pretty happy with it. And it helped us like making this attack really fast. Here, I'm not sure, is there something for Serpent Strike? At the moment we got just some things which I just found, as I am still leveling this character, and it helps out a bit with our resistances and a bit with our damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the build so far. I will update this build like once around we're level 80. And yeah, if you would like to see my other builds, then check out my last Epoch section on my YouTube channel. We got there 3 other builds which didn't get changed much through the last patch. We got there 1 crow build where we specialize on running around with 1 crow, and it's really good. 1 puncture, it got a lot of bug fixes, so it feels smoother, but not much changes there. And we have like a cold ninja style build where we throw like not shurikens but blades out and then recollect them. And those 3 builds, the last one is a bit nerfed, but I think it's still fine. I tested them all on stream lately, where you also can find me under Dungeon Frog. And yeah, I would definitely recommend you to check out those builds. They're really fun. And I hope to see you on the next adventure in Last Epoch. Have fun. Write something if you have any ideas about this build or what you're playing right now. If you like the patch, it would be interesting. See you soon. Goodbye.